and welcome back. How's it going?
Going well, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We're at the end of the first month. Congratulations on making it to the end of August. Not that I had any doubts that we wouldn't make it here, but boy, howdy, does it feel like longer than a month.
Absolutely.
As remote learners, the whole point of us doing this is to document our journey through the CSAP program as remote learners. So I wanted to start off with a bang and just ask you, how do you feel about CSAP so far overall? Like, how do you feel about lessons? How do you feel about instructors? How do you feel about the sessions we've been doing? How do you feel?
It's a great question. I feel good. The sessions have been it's been a lot, but it's been good nonetheless. I've been learning a lot about these Cisco products, from switches, routers, even some security products, all the way to the architectures, collaboration, mobility, infrastructure, all those different aspects. Feels like I'm being fed by a water hose, but
no, fire hose.
Fire hose.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's a lot of info. Yeah.
It is.
And it's funny because as a person with like a little bit of a tech background, I'm kind of in the opposite direction a little bit. Like I'm still really good at talking, I find, but like a lot of the like routers and switches and all that stuff, I'm already kind of familiar with from trying to do the CCNA on my own. But it's all the stuff that we're getting that's like business relations, how to like talk to people, but also follow a script. And it's like, these are all the things I've never really done before. I'm really like off the cuff when I talk to people. So like when we get an assignment that's like, hey, secretly follow this rubric while talking to a person, I'm like, stop. I will say, as kind of like a little bit of an aside, I am very conflicted about some of the sessions that we've been doing, because I feel like simultaneously, some of them are very long, like 3 to 4 hours, while also being too short. Like, I want more info about these individual topics, but it's like a 3-hour long session, and I am toast by the end of it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I feel like they're doing a good job with like the balancing act between these things, but at the same time, like, woof, you know?
Yeah, it can definitely be a lot of times, but it's good to have that variation, at the same time. So it's, like you said, a good balance.
Good balance, exactly. Talking more about being remote learners, it is a unique perspective on CSAP because they've done it before, but never to this extent. How do you feel presently? Because last time we talked, it was like, what, week 2 or something? How do you feel presently being a remote learner as opposed to being in person at RTP? How do you feel about that?
I still like being remote. I have to admit, it's really
I can't lie. It's great.
Man, it's really nice. It's great. There are times when I'll miss some of the camaraderie that you build when you're in person with someone. But at the same time, overall, this type of experience, man, I'm thriving in it. I love it. I love every bit of it. I'm saving on gas, the whole nine. It's great.
It helps so much that we have so much support here at Cisco, from Miss Gia, who is obviously fantastic, to the instructors being really passionate about what they're talking about. It's like, it helps a lot being a remote learner while also still feeling engaged. And I don't know, you can drop names or you cannot, but have you felt like you've made connections, like meaningful connections with your fellow remote learners? I know you and I do this thing, on occasion, but do you feel like you have like a deeper connection with any of the remote learners?
Absolutely. There's definitely some out there that I felt like I've grown closer in knowing, and even some sidebars with a few people as well. I'll even put Armando's name out there.
Armando is like, he's a train. He just doesn't stop. He's a great guy, and I like him a lot. So that's really cool. Because
and everything, he's great.
Yeah, because I mean, that's one of the things that's really helped me, is that I have this little, you said sidebar, I'll steal that. I have this little sidebar with a couple other remote learners where all 4 of us will just commiserate in chat while we're in a session of like, I have no idea what's going on, and everybody else will be like, me either, and we, it's nice. So yeah, so that's great. And once again, I do miss physically being there, but like, it's really nice when you have a session and then after the session, it's like, I'm gonna go get groceries or something, something that you normally would have to push off until either late Friday or taking up your weekend. And it helps to take like your lunch hour to do that, because you know that you have your digital learnings and you're on top of everything and you don't have to spend 2.5 hours driving to RTP every day.
Absolutely. That's right.
So I wanted to kind of catch up on some of the things that are coming up soon. Assessed role plays. That's the big thing that everybody's talking about right now. How do you feel about assessed role plays?
I'm all right for the most part. That's actually more in my wheelhouse than anything, because of my prior background in sales anyway, which I have over a decade of. So it's role plays in that area. I'm okay, man. I thrive in the space of talking with people. I love people. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. I mean, if I'm honest, I do have some nervousness in regards to how my manager is going to critique me on it, but in doing it, I'm okay, for the most part.
All right, because from my perspective, I also feel relatively confident with my ASR. Every time I talk to Miss Gia, she's, you're pretty good at ad-libbing, Zach, so it's like you don't really have to worry about it that much. Which is fantastic. But the thing that I'm concerned with, because you can look at what the criteria for the ASR is, they have it on a PowerPoint. The scenario is normal. It's totally nominal. It's the fact that you're going to be graded on are you sticking to Cisco sales curriculum and stuff like that? Are you asking proper questions? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Which, to be fair, is what we've been learning. But it's really hard to internalize that sort of stuff, especially as a person who doesn't shut up like me, where it's just I have a very specific way of talking, and a lot of what we're learning is how to adjust that to be, more appropriate for the environment. So believe you me, I'm going to be doing a lot of practice next week.
I hear you. You and me both, man.
Exactly. We have a couple things left, 2 things left. I wanted to ask you, what are you excited about? We have a long way to go. We're only a month in, but what are you excited about for CSAP?
That's a great question. So considering I'm a remote learner, we are supposed to get together as a team in person in RTP, which is in North Carolina.
That was in November, I think, right?
Yes, that's coming up in November. So I can't wait to meet everybody in person and have a learning experience that way, because we'll be there for a week. So that'll be great. And I'm also excited for the OJE, on-job experience. I've also heard it called stretch assignments that we'll be doing, which that'll be like January, February-ish, I believe it is. But that's basically where we'll have the opportunity to sit in on the role that we will be in and learn from those experts, so we can gather the knowledge and the skills that we want, so that way we can learn how to be in that role and be successful in it. So I can't wait.
The practical knowledge of actually shadowing somebody who's doing our job, you can't beat that, So
Exactly.
Obviously I'm also excited for meeting everybody at RTP eventually. I have way too many hands to shake because there's been way too much help from people in my opinion, of me just being hey, can somebody help me do this? And they're like, yes, here you go, on a silver platter. And I'm like, thanks. But genuinely from me, I'm really excited to, because I live just far enough away from RTP where I can't commute comfortably, and so I've been missing out on a lot of the give back programs, the stuff where you can go out and just clean the forest for a day, or sift through garbage in a river and just make it look nice. That's the type of thing that I really enjoy doing just in general. So the idea of doing that while on the job is really attractive to me. And I'm really excited to do that eventually, So I figured we'd wrap this up with the big thing that happened this week. I guess it's still happening because it's only Thursday. Impact. The big Cisco sales event that went on in Las Vegas. We had some mandatory things that we had to watch, some live stream stuff that we had to watch. It's a lot more than I thought it would be. I've been to
conferences
before. That's it's a concert, to be honest. So, how did you feel about Impact? I'm assuming this is your first time seeing it.
Definitely first time seeing it online, not in person.
Yes, of course.
Definitely first time seeing it. It was, I was amazed, just to be honest. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it on my screen, and I'm sitting here at my desk. My wife, she opens the door and she's hearing music, and she's like, what are you doing? It's she's like,
I'm working.
Exactly. And, I was telling it, I'm watching our conference, for work. She's like, Can we go?
Like you cut over to the music feed and it's a guy like jamming out on a saxophone like, yeah, this is about sales.
You know,
Like, what are you talking about?
It was awesome. The experience was really good. I liked the pre-show that they had. The guests they had come up. I can't think of all the names, but I know one was John Batiste and him playing musically and just how all of the guests related what their experience was or what they're doing to sales to apply to us practically. It was great. It was really good.
It was very well orchestrated.
Very well orchestrated. Absolutely. And I also loved how Cisco is really big on continuing to innovate and to evolve and to expand and to move forward. So a lot of the new things that are coming, a lot of the simplicity that we're going to bring to our customers, I'm super excited about. I can't wait to start, man. I'm excited. So it was great.
It was so exciting from my perspective. Once again, never been in sales before. And so it's all of this is new to me, you know? And so it's like hearing about how things are changing and improving from the video feed from, you know, Impact. It's like, it's really exciting because I'm like, dude, this is just going to be where I start. Like, I don't even have to go through any changes. I don't even have to adapt to this. This is just how it's going to be. And I'm really psyched for that. Like, that's great.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Impact is left an impact on me, needless to say. All right. Well, yeah, that's about it for what I have. I figure we'll probably be back next month, right?
Absolutely, man. We can keep it going.
Excellent. All right. So thank you very much for being with me.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks, guys.
You as well. Ciao, ciao.